You have a job at the Smoothie Cafe. Your first order is for 3 banana peach smoothies. Put bananas and peaches in the blender to fill the order.
So you got 3 bananas. So I click on bananas 3 times and 1 peach. So I click on the peach 1 time.
You need enough fruit for 3
Oh,
smoothies. Try again.
so 3 smoothies. I just did 1 smoothie. So I didn't pay attention. So that's what happens when you don't pay attention. You get the stuff wrong. So that's 1 smoothie. So now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 bananas and 1 peach. Now we got 2 smoothies. Then 1, 2, 3 bananas and 1 peach. So now we got 3 smoothies. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. There are 9 bananas and 3 peaches and 3 smoothies. 3 to 1 and 9 to 3 are equivalent ratios, which means that they represent the same relationship between the quantities.
Does everybody see that? They're equivalent because if I multiply both these numbers, 3 and 1, by the same number, I get these 2 numbers, 9 and 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 3 is 3. So for ratios to be equivalent, you have to multiply or divide both numbers in your original ratio to get the new numbers in your new ratio.
Make half of a strawberry blueberry smoothie.
All right, so they said make half. So we'll go with David. What's half of the strawberries?
1,
All right, and what's half of the blueberries?
2,
So when it says make half, that's what you do. Take half of the strawberries, half of 2 is 1. Take half of the blueberries, half of 4 is 2.
Way to go! 2 to 4 and 1 to 2 are equivalent ratios.
So again, these are both equivalent because on my original ratio, unlike on the first one when I multiplied both numbers by the same number, this time I divided both numbers by the same number. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So you either have to multiply both by the same number or divide both by the same number for them to be equivalent.
Make 4 blueberry almond smoothies.
All right, James Lee, we want to make 4 of these. So how many blueberries do we need?
what you say?
We want to make 4 smoothies. So on 1 smoothie, you need 2 blueberries. So how many blueberries would you need in 4 smoothies?
2 blueberries.
Well, that's for 1. So if we do 2 blueberries, that's for 1. But we need 3 more smoothies. So how many more blueberries do I need?
Mm. 5.
You said 5?
Yeah.
All right, well, it's actually going to be 6. Because look, these 2 blueberries goes with 1 smoothie. Then these 2 go with another smoothie. So we got 2 smoothies so far. These 2 go with another smoothie. So we got 3 smoothies so far. And these 2 go with another smoothie. So we got 4 smoothies. So we got enough blueberries.
Oh, now I get it.
But now we're doing the almonds. So how many almonds do we need if we want to do 4 smoothies?
Um, 6.
Well, 6 is going to be for
I
2.
mean, that's 6.
Because look, 1, 2, 3.
You have to put like
Now that's enough for 2. We still need 2 more smoothies.
hmm. We're gonna need 3 more.
We need 2 more.
We need 2 more smoothies. So that means we're going to double this. Because this is enough for 2 smoothies. So look, 1, 2, 3. Now that's 3 smoothies. 1, 2, 3. Now that's 4 smoothies. So all we did was the blueberries times 4 to get 8. And we did the almonds times 4 to get 12.
Good work. 2 to 3 and 8 to 12 are equivalent ratios.
Again, 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. Multiplied both these numbers by the same number, which was 4.
Oatmeal is made by mixing oats with milk or water and is served warm, typically for breakfast. The Corner Cafe serves a bowl of oatmeal with 6 ounces of water and 4 ounces of oats. Describe the relationship between the amount of water and oats in the ratio 6 to 4.
All right. So it says, for every blank ounces of water, there are 2 ounces of oats. So what that means is, instead of having 6 ounces of water to 4 ounces of oats, we only have 2 ounces of oats. So I ask myself, how do I get from 4 to 2? I got to divide by 2. So if I'm dividing by 2 on the bottom, I got to do the same thing on the top for it to be equivalent. So I got to divide by 2. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that means there's 3 ounces of water for every 2 ounces of oats.
Describe the relationship between the ratios 6 to 4 and 3 to 2.
All right, the ratio 6 to 4 is equivalent to the ratio 3 to 2 because the relationship between the water and oats is the same. How did I know that? Because if I start at this initial ratio and I divide both numbers by the same thing, which happens to be 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3, 4 divided by 2 is 2. I got these two numbers over here. So whenever you multiply both numbers by the same number or divide both numbers by the same number, it's going to be equivalent.
Nice. The Corner Cafe makes a bowl of oatmeal using 6 ounces of water and 4 ounces of oats. The breakfast shop makes a bowl of oatmeal using double the amount of water and oats. Describe how to find the amount of water and oats that the breakfast shop uses.
All right, Queen Africa, to double an amount, do you multiply or divide? All right, Petit, to double an amount, do you multiply or divide?
Multiply.
Yes. And what do you multiply by if you're doubling something? Oh, Queen Africa, sorry, I didn't see that you had typed something, my bad. No, you don't multiply by 3. Doubling is multiplying by 2. So whenever somebody says double something, that means multiply by 2. They say half of something, that means divide by 2.
Make a diagram to show the amount of water and oats that the breakfast shop uses.
All right, so David, when you double the water, how much water should there be?
12.
All right, and when you double the oats, how much oats should there be?
8.
Right.
Oatmeal is thicker when made with less water or more oats. Oatmeal is thinner when made with more water or less oats. The chef at the breakfast shop decided his oatmeal was too thick. Which ratios of water to oats would make thinner oatmeal? Choose all that apply.
All right, so on this one, it says he wants thinner oatmeal. And for oatmeal to be thinner, it says oatmeal is thinner when made with more water or less oats. So if we're starting with 12/8, we need there to be more water than 12 or less oats. So first one, it doesn't have more water, but it does have less oats. So this one is good. Then the second one, it doesn't have more water and it also doesn't have less oats. So this one, not good. Third one, doesn't have more water and it doesn't have less oats. So this one's not good. This one, it does have more water and it doesn't have less oats, but that's fine because all you need is more water or less oats. So 12/6 and 16/8 will be the correct ones.
Chili con queso, or chili with cheese, is a traditional Mexican dip. It is often made with green chili peppers or jalapenos and asadero cheese. One queso dip recipe calls for 4 pieces of cheese and 2 peppers. How does the amount of cheese in the recipe compare to the amount of peppers?
All right, Jamesley, how many pieces of cheese are there for each pepper? All right, well, Queen Africa answered for you. It's 2 because each pepper, or every 1 pepper, that means we need just 1. So we got to ask ourselves, how did we get from 2 to 1? We divide it by 2. So if you divide by 2 on the bottom to get the answer on the top, you got to divide by 2. And 4 divided by 2 is 2.
Well done. One queso dip recipe calls for 4 pieces of cheese and 2 peppers. Hector triples the recipe when he makes queso for his family. Describe how to find the amount of cheese and peppers in Hector's queso.
All right, Torian, when you triple something, do you multiply or divide? All right, David, when you triple something, do you multiply or divide?
Multiply.
How much do you multiply by when you triple something? Yes.
3.
So doubles multiply by 2, triples multiply by 3.
Make a diagram to show the amount of cheese and peppers in Hector's queso.
All right, so David, how much cheese should there be?
$12.
Yes. And how many peppers?
6.
Yes.
Good. How does the amount of cheese compare to the amount of peppers after Hector triples the recipe?
All right, so David, how many pieces of cheese are there for every 1 pepper?
2.
Yes. How'd you get that?
Because when I saw it at the beginning, it showed that there was like 4 pieces of cheese, and it was only 2 pieces of peppers.
All right. But this is a new ratio. So the answer is 2. But let's say you're only looking at the 12 and 6. How do you know that there's 2 cheeses for every 1 pepper?
Because the total cheese is 12 and the total pepper is 6.
Right. So if you divide by 6, then you'll know how much cheese there is. Because instead of having 6 peppers, we want 1 pepper. So you do 6 divided by 6, which is 1. So then to find out how much cheese it is for 1, you got to do the same math. So you got to divide by 6 on the top, and 12 divided by 6 is 2.
The number of cheese pieces.
Oh, whoops.
At the community garden, Kiara uses a mixture of 10 cubic yards of soil and 5 cubic yards of compost. Cole needs 8 cubic yards of compost and uses the same ratio of soil to compost as Kiara. How many times greater is 10 cubic yards than 5 cubic yards? Complete the equation.
5 times or divided by something equals 10. Well, I know this. I know 5 times 2 is 10.
That's it. Which expression shows how to find the amount of soil Cole needs?
All right, so if you look at the picture, you did 5, the bottom, times 2 to get the top, 10. So, Torian, what do you think you're going to have to do on this side?
8 times 2.
Yes, the bottom, the middle stays the same, times 2 to get the new answer.
Complete the ratio to compare the amount of soil and compost.
All right, so Torian, what would this answer be?
16.
Yes, because 8 times 2 is 16.
Cole needs 16 cubic yards of soil with 8 cubic yards of compost.
Yeah.
Last spring, Macy bought 6 bags of soil. The soil fed her plants for 9 months. This spring, she bought 2 more bags of soil. Macy wants to know how many months she can feed her plants with 2 bags of soil. Complete the equation to show the relationship between 6 bags and 2 bags.
All right, Petit, 6 times or divided by something is 2. Oh, hold on. I couldn't hear you.
Time?
You said times?
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually going to be divided by. Whenever your starting number is bigger than your ending number, it's divided by. Whenever your starting number is smaller than your ending number, it's multiplied by. So do you know what 6 divided by something is 2?
3?
Yes, 6 divided by 3 is 2.
Which expression shows how to find the number of months 2 bags of soil will last?
All right, so if you did 6 divided by 3 on the bottom to get your new number, Petit, what do you think you got to do up here to get the new number? Are you going to divide?
9.
Yeah, divide by 3. That's correct. You do the exact same thing.
Yes.
So 9 divided by 3.
How many months can Macy feed her plants?
All right, so Petit, what would this answer be?
Nine.
Well, not 9. What's 9 divided by 3?
Um, 6.
9 minus 3 is 6. 9 divided by 3.
12.
No, that's 9 plus 3. I need 9 divided by. So it's going to be 3. The reason it's 3 is because you have 3, 6, 9. So that was 3 different 3s to get to 9. So it's going to be 3.
Okay.
So we got to make sure we do our reflex math so that we can get those memorized.
Roberto is purchasing mulch for his aunt's garden. On Saturday, he bought 5 bags of mulch for $20. He needs to return to the garden center on Sunday to buy 1 more bag. How much does 1 bag of mulch cost?
All right, Queen Africa, how much does 1 bag of mulch cost? Yes, it is 4. For those that don't know how she got 4, 5 times 4 is 20. So if I did the bottom times 4 to get the top on this side, I got to do the bottom times 4 to get the top on the other side. And 1 times 4 is 4.
Great. Complete the statement.
All right, Queen Africa, the cost is blank times the number of bags. Yes, it is 4. Because you have to do the number of bags times 4 to get the cost. So the answer is 4 again. Number of bags, 5 times 4 gives me the cost. Number of bags, 1 times 4 gives me the cost.
Complete the equation.
All right. Well, if you're ahead, then that means you already did this. So it should be easy for you. So yes, this is 5. 1 bag times 5 is 5 bags. 1 times 5 is 5.
How much does 1 bag of mulch cost?
All right. So Queen Africa, how much is 1 bag? You already answered this earlier. So let's see if you can remember how much the cost of 1 bag is. Yes, $4. 1 bag times 4 gives us $4.
Way to go! Andre is painting the recreation center as part of a volunteer project. The game room is 600 square feet, and Andre used 3 gallons of paint. The art room is 400 square feet. Andre wants to estimate how much paint he needs. How many gallons of paint does Andre need for the art room? Complete the ratio square.
All right. So for this one, we know that 3 gallons of paint gets 600 square feet. So we need to find out how much gallons of paint will get us 400. So the way we're going to do this is ask ourselves, how did we get from 600 to 3? So you might not know. So if you don't know how you get from one of them to the other one, if the starting number is bigger than the smaller one, the ending number, then you divide to find out how much you're dividing by. So we're going to be doing 600 divided by 3, and that will tell us how much we have to divide by. So 600 divided by 3 is 200. So if you didn't know it was 200 off the top of your head, you're dividing by 200. So if you divide by 200 on the right side, that means on the left side, you got to do the same thing. Divide by 200. And 400 divided by 200 is 2.
Andre needs 2 gallons of paint for the art room. Complete the equation to show the relationship between 600 square feet and 3 gallons of paint.
All right, so Jameis Lee, 600 divided by what is 3? I just did it for us, so you should definitely know if you're paying attention. It's 200. 600 divided by 200 is 3.
Which expression shows how to find the amount of paint Andre needs for the art room?
So like I said, I did 400 divided by 200 to get the answer. So 400 divided by 200.
How many gallons of paint does Andre need for the art room?
And like we said, 400
That's
divided by 200 is 2.
Andre needs 2 gallons of paint for the art room.
To record here. All right, good job, Queen Africa. Hopefully you do well on that.
Jade is mixing a shade of light blue paint. The directions call for 3 quarts of blue paint and 4 quarts of white paint. She pours 12 quarts of white paint into the bucket. How many quarts of blue paint does Jade need to add in order to get the same shade? Complete the ratio square.
David, what would the answer be for this white box? All right, David, do you know the answer? All right, Torian, do you know the answer?
Uh, 3. It's 9.
Yeah, do you know why it's 9?
Yeah.
All right, why is it 9?
4 times 3 is 12, and you gotta add 3 times 3. That's 9.
Yes, that's correct.
Good. To get the same shade, Jade needs to add 9 quarts of blue paint to the bucket. Complete the equation to show the relationship between 4 quarts of paint and 12 quarts of paint.
All right, so Torian, what's this?
I can't see your board.
4 times what is 12?
3.
Which expression shows how to find the amount of blue paint Jade needs to add?
All right, so to get the blue, which is 3, you do 12 times 3, 4 times 3, 3 times 3, or 3 divided by 3.
3 divided by 4.
Remember, how did you get the 9?
Can't even see the board.
I'm saying, you told me how you got 9 earlier. So how did you get 9?
Yeah.
You did 3 what?
Oh, 4 times 3.
Well, that's to get the 12. To get the 9, 3.
Oh, 3 times
3
3.
times 3.
How many quarts of blue paint does Jade need to add in order to get the same shade?
So what is 3 times 3?
9.
Right.
To get the same shade, Jade needs to add 9 quarts of blue paint to the bucket. The 5-gallon bucket of paint that Kenzie bought from the hardware store weighs 55 pounds. CJ is buying 1 gallon of paint. How many pounds does 1 gallon of paint weigh? Complete the ratio square.
All right, David, are you back yet?
What happened?
Can you do this problem for us? What goes in the white box?
I haven't done it yet, but
11.
Yeah, it's fine if you haven't done it yet. You should be able to just look at it and be like, all right, I know how to do this.
all right.
1 gallon of paint weighs 11 pounds. Complete the equation to show the relationship between 5 gallons and 1 gallon.
All right, so 5 divided by what is 1?
5.
Well, yes, it's 5.
Which expression shows how to find the weight of 1 gallon of paint?
5 divided by 5.
Yes, 55 divided by 5 because we did 5 divided by 5 on the bottom. So you got to do 55 divided by 5.
Well done. How many pounds does 1 gallon of paint weigh?
David, what's 55 divided by 5?
11.
Correct.
1 gallon of paint weighs 11 pounds.